Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It's W3 here. In today's Python tutorial video, we're going to be abusing the certificate authority and we're going to be collecting all the subdomains for the target domain that we want to collect them for. So as in Facebook's case, we'll be getting all them subdomains that belong to Facebook for information gathering purposes. So I'm going to show you a quick little preview now. So I'm now going to run a file from the console. File underscore w3.py, and then D for domain. We're going to put in https facebook.com. We can put an output file as well, so like Facebook subs.txt. Let's run the file, let's run it. Got a little banner intro there, just description, name, version, etc. And as you can see, it's printing out all the subdomains. The subdomains have been ordered and put into a set as well, so there won't be any copies. This is just the individual unique subdomain names printing out to the console and getting saved to file. As you can see, there's quite a lot. csub is complete, all subdomains have been found, and that's what I called the program, csub. And as you can see, we've got many subdomains. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And let's begin coding. And as you can see, quickly go to the folder, and we've got FB subs, the output file. Click on it quick, and as you can see, it saved them to file as well. So let's begin coding. First, we need to do our imports, like we always do. Imports, and we're going to import requests. We're also going to import time and import URL lib free. So what's requests doing? We're going to be using that to do a GET request to the certificate authority, and that's going to help us get all the data, get all the subdomains in JSON format. The time, that's just so we can do a time.sleep after the banner, which will have the description, the software name, the version, the copyright say. You could even put a logo with it, it's up to you. I haven't in this particular time. And we've got URL lib free, and that's going to be so we can pass the host from the schema. So when you've got https www.facebook.com, it will take out the Facebook and get rid of the rest for us. And then we'll add that to our GET request. So now we've done the imports, we need to go to our arg parser, which is going to be used for when we run the program in the command prompt, in your CMD, in your PowerShell, or whatever command prompt you're using. We're going to use the arg parser so we can get the domain name, the target, and the output file if you want to save it to file. So we'll start off by doing def parse underscore args, and we'll just put a parse there for now because we're also going to do the version. So we'll do version equals, and then I'll just put 2.2. So back to parse underscore args, get rid of parse. Next we need to do import arg parse, and then we're going to do parser equals arg parse dot argument capital P parser, and then we can do parser dot add underscore argument, and then we'll do a string, we'll do a slash and a D, that's going to be for domain, and then we'll do another one, another string, and we'll do 2 slashes, and then we're going to write domain, and then comma, and then we'll do type equals string, and then we can do required equals true, because it is true. We need the domain, that's one thing we definitely need for this program to work. We need a target domain, so it's going to be required. And then help equals target domain, and that's the first argument done. We're also going to do a second one, so parser.add underscore argument, and then we're going to do slash o, that's going to be for output. And then we're just going to do another string, we're going to do 2 slashes, and we're going to write output. The type is going to equal string again, and required is going to equal false because it's not required. You don't have to save the subdomains to a file. You can just obviously print them out and help. It's going to just be output to file, and then we need to return parser dot parse underscore args. So we're just returning two arguments to parse underscore args. So let's move on. So now we can move on to the banner. So we'll do def banner, and then we'll do global version, because obviously version is in the global. So then we're going to do print, and then name, and then just the name of your software or what you want to call it. I'm just going to call it csub because you see the subdomains, just quick and easy. Next we're going to print, and then put an F, and then put version, and then curly braces, and then version. So we've got the version of the software. I'm also going to print, then string, and then copyright, and then I'm just going to put my name, and you can put your name or whatever. And then we're also going to print MIT license, and then I'm going to put, just going to write license in repository. So that's all good. And then I'm going to print description, and then for use with W3W3 learners / team, and that's the banner done. Now obviously you can add a logo to it or whatever you fancy really, and I'm just going to do time.sleep 1 second so that when it loads up we don't miss it straight away. It's just 1 second. It's up to you. Next we're going to move on to a bit more of the actual code now, getting the subdomains, abusing the certificate authority, and doing a bit of information gathering. And yeah, let's go. So next we need to do def parse underscore URL, and then we're going to take in URL, and then we can do try, and then host equals URL lib3 dot util for like utility, util dot URL dot parse underscore URL, and then we're going to give it the URL value which we're going to put into parse URL when we use it, and then we're just going to do dot host, and what that will do is that will get the host from the schema. So like I said, it'll get the string that's between www and .com. It'll pull that out, and we can use that later on as we go through the code. So next we need to do except exception, just get rid of that, exception as E, and then we can print, we can do like something like this, and then we can do invalid domain, try again, just say it's invalid, basically the domain they've given us. Then we can do sys.exit and give it a 1 because it means that something's gone wrong and it's exited. That's why we're using 1. If something had gone right and we exited, it would be a 0. Since we're using sys.exit, we're also actually going to have to import sys. There we go. And then next we can just return host. So we're just returning the host, that little bit out the schema, that string name between www and .com, and returning it to our parse URL to be used later on in the main function. So next we're going to do def write underscore subs underscore to underscore file, and that can take in sub domain and output underscore file, and then with open output underscore file, A for a pen, as fp dot-write sub domain plus /n for a new line, so we get each individual subdomain. And even though with the with open and it should close on its own, just to make sure, we'll just put FP close, not going to hurt anyone. And that's the write subs to file done. So next we'll move on to the next bit. And this is going to be the main function. So we're going to just call it def main. And what we're going to do is we're going to do banner. We're going to run the banner. So we're going to run this when our program loads up. A bit of information. Like you said, you could put a logo or some sort of software logo that you created or something. And then we're also going to do subdomains equal a list. Then next we're going to do args equals parse underscore args. So the args is equal into parse underscore args, which is returning the two values, the domain and the output, if the output has been put down, whatever. So next we're going to do our target. So our target is going to equal parse underscore URL. So parse underscore URL, which is relating to this function here, which takes in the URL, and then it gets the host from the scheme. So parse URL is going to take in args, which is relating to this one here, which is, like as I said before, takes in the domain and the output file if that's been put down. So we're going to do args dot domain, and that's how we get the target. Parse args dot domain, and that's our target. Next we're going to do the output, which is going to equal args dot output. Very simple. So let's move on. Now it's time for the request. So we're going to do request equals requests dot get, and then we're going to have to get the URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my browser, and the URL is https and then the 2 dots and then the 2 slashes, and then we got crt.sh. So that's the URL that you want. I'll say it again, https and then the 2 dots and then slash and then crt.sh. It will bring you this. Now I'm just going to show you. If you type in here, say Facebook, and search, as you can see, this is a certificate authority. It has every single registered certificate. That's basically all in this database here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get JSON, but this is only showing us a little bit here, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this up here, the URL. We're going to pull it into here. We're going to have an F at the start for format, and we've got crt.sh and then /Q equals. That's the normal sort of thing you'd expect to see when you're putting something in the search, even for Google, etc. And we got Facebook, but obviously we can't just write that in there. We need that to be the target. So we're going to put brackets, curly brackets, because we've got the F for format, and we're going to put in target. Now what we also need to do is, for the equal sign and the target, we're going to put in the % character, which will be basically, that will mean any characters or any character, and then dot. So now our search has turned into not the target, Facebook, but it's turned into any character or characters dot Facebook. So that's a bit different now. Now we're getting all the subdomains because we've got any characters dot Facebook. So now we're collecting a lot more data instead of that little bit that we saw just a minute ago. And then to get the JSON data, all we've got to do is put this on the end of the URL, and that is at output equal JSON. And there you have it. That's the full URL that we need, and that will get us all the subdomains of whatever target we decide in JSON format. Ready for the next bit. So next we're going to do if request.status underscore code is not equal to 200. So if the request status code is not equal to 200, that means it's not okay, and basically we're going to just print information not available, because obviously something's gone wrong and we're not going to get any of the data that we need basically. So next we'll just do sys.exit and then 1, because obviously something's happened, an error. We're going to exit with the code 1. Next we need to do for key and value in enumerate, and then request.json, just like that. And then we're going to do subdomains.append, and then value, then square braces, brackets I mean, and then we're going to put name underscore value. And that's because in the JSON data on the website, on the web page, it's a dictionary or it's JSON type thing, and basically how we get the value is by obviously putting name underscore value like we would a sort of a dictionary, like a key, use it as a key, and that's how we're going to get the value basically from the request, from the JSON data. So next we're going to do print, and then we're just going to print the target that we're doing this for, just so we know etc. what's going on in the console. And then we can do subs equal sorted set subdomains, and then for s in subs, so for s subdomain item in the subs, which is going to be a sorted set of subdomains. Then we do print f for format, and then we just do say square bracket with a star in it, and then a curly braces, and then s, and then a /n. So we'll print each subdomain line by line, and then if output is not none, we'll do write underscore subs underscore to underscore file, and then we'll do s and then output. So we're going to be writing the subs to the file, and that's going to be the output name. Simple as that. Right, next. So once we've done all that, we can just put print and then like /n square bracket whatever, and then we just put csub, or the name of your software or subdomain finder is complete. All subdomains have been found. Then we're at the end of the program, and then we're just going to do if underscore underscore name underscore underscore is equal to comma underscore underscore main underscore underscore. We're just going to run the code main. So basically when we run this code in console, it will run main and the program, the software will work. If we were to import this into some other Python code, it wouldn't suddenly start running the code and printing it to console, because it's got to be name equals to main. We've got to be actually specifically running this specific Python file specifically on its own, actually running that file, not running it from another file. Basically that's all that means. And that's the code done, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. This is actually a little bit of a program I made months ago. This is just the basics. What I'll do is I'll show you my program that I did actually make properly, and it took quite a while, like a bit more time, but this is the bare basics of that in a way. So I'll just give you a little idea of what I've made using this sort of type code. So here we are, we're on my GitHub page. As you can see, it's called Subzone, and it's called Subdomains, DNS Records and more. And basically what it does is it does exactly the same as what you've just learned there. It gets all the subdomains. But as I can see, look, I've got a logo. Like I said, you can put a logo, you can make it in colour, etc, etc. But I've also made it have it's called the registered domains. All of them are registered domains that we've just got. And then I have also like active domains that are up and active. I've also got DNS records in the program, and just sort of lots more other stuff, you know, zone transfers and just lots more stuff. But what I've just taught you there is the bare basics for actually completing a bigger program, you know. But yeah, what we've just learnt there is actually really good. So I just thought I'd show you that as well, like just to show you what you can do with that little bit of code you've just learnt. So we'll go back to the code. So here we are, we're at the code that you've just learnt. This is what you can use for information gathering, getting subdomains, etc. Hope you've enjoyed the video, hope you've learnt something new. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a like, give it a comment, share the video, join the subreddit if you want to ask any questions. If you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to ask. And yeah, goodbye.